The East African Campaign was a protracted military campaign fought during World War I in German East Africa, a colony of the German Empire. It was one of the longest-lasting campaigns of the war, and one of the few in which the German Empire achieved significant military success. Under the command of the skilled and determined Colonel Paul von Lettow-Vorbeck, a small German force, heavily outnumbered and outgunned by the Allied forces of the British Empire, Belgian Congo, and Portuguese Angola, waged a protracted guerrilla war against the invaders. Lettow-Vorbeck's strategy involved hit-and-run tactics, long-range patrols, and a deep understanding of the African terrain and climate. He skillfully exploited the vastness of the colony, the difficulties of communication and supply, and the tropical diseases that plagued the Allied forces. The campaign began in August 1914, when British and Belgian forces invaded German East Africa from their neighboring colonies. Lettow-Vorbeck's force, composed of a small number of German troops and a much larger force of African askaris soldiers, was initially successful in repelling the Allied advances. However, the numerical superiority of the Allied forces eventually forced the Germans to retreat into the interior of the colony. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, Lettow-Vorbeck and his forces managed to evade capture and maintain a constant threat to the Allied forces. They conducted daring raids on Allied supply lines, ambushed patrols, and even captured small Allied detachments. Lettow-Vorbeck's ability to adapt to changing circumstances and his mastery of guerrilla warfare made him a formidable opponent. The campaign in East Africa was characterized by its harsh conditions. Both sides suffered from disease, malnutrition, and exhaustion. The dense jungle, the long distances, and the lack of proper medical facilities took a heavy toll on the troops. Despite these difficulties, Lettow-Vorbeck and his men persisted, refusing to surrender. The campaign officially ended on November 25, 1918, when Lettow-Vorbeck surrendered his forces to the British in northern Rhodesia, nearly 2 weeks after the armistice had been signed in Europe. By this time, the German force had dwindled to a few hundred men, but they had managed to tie down a much larger Allied force for 4 years. Lettow-Vorbeck's campaign in East Africa is often cited as one of the most remarkable military achievements of World War I. His ability to maintain a guerrilla war against a superior force for such a long period is a testament to his military genius and the courage of his men. The campaign also highlighted the challenges of colonial warfare and the importance of local knowledge and adaptability in such conflicts.